Hello, everyone. My name is Danny, and I'm going to review Home Again, starring Reese Witherspoon. Excuse me. Alice, a recently separated mother of two, finds her life upended when three young, charismatic filmmakers move into her guest house. But her unlikely new family and a budding romance come to a crashing halt when her ex-husband shows up, suitcase in hand. That part doesn't really isn't really accurate. I don't like that in the description, but whatever. A story of love, friendship, and the families we create. Home Again is a modern romantic comedy with one very big life lesson. Starting over is not for beginners. Rated PG-13, runs a little over an hour and a half, and it is a 2017 movie. We'll start with the very first thing that this has Reese Witherspoon in it. I can't say this is a very good movie for her. I think it's kind of simplistic and has a lot going on, and it doesn't have much conclusion. So I can't say that she feel too great about doing this. Her facial expressions are very, um, let's just say, monotone, I guess. There's a lot of this, just kind of staring off and smiling, and that she does that a lot. And the way she reacts to things, and she talks to people, and she just seems like she's a little overwhelmed, and like this movie isn't giving her much to work off of. That's my impression, and I just watched it, so I think that that's pretty fresh and accurate for me to feel that way. It just doesn't feel like her best performance. I'll just say that. Um, like I wrote this down. A lot of people are saying whatever, and when that word is in a movie, it just kind of kills the momentum, and it just tells me that the writers of the movie didn't really have anything else to say, so they resorted to word like whatever. And you need more conversation, you need more material, you need more movement for people to be able to react upon each other. Once you say the word whatever, or when a little kid says something and nobody responds, it just kills the momentum of the scene. It just, you're going from scene to scene, and it becomes kind of a cut, slow version of what your movie could be. So I just think they needed a little bit more connection between scenes and connection between characters so they could actually talk to each other and keep it moving. And then there is kind of the reason why they made this movie is supposed to make you feel good, it's supposed to make you want to connect to people and pay more attention to your family and realize who's important in your life. I mean, that's kind of the basis, lesson for this movie. There is some touching scenes, and I will give props to the scene that the three house guests in this movie set up an outdoor area for a movie viewing night while Reese is off doing a job. And the second that they have her walk outside, she has a very genuine look on her face, and it kind of made me cry that that they're showing one of her dad's old films, and having something that real in the movie really helped a movie viewer like myself to connect with it emotionally. And I think they should have done more stuff like that. From then on is kind of when it lacks and it goes slow and it just kind of seems choppy. But they did have a couple of good moments like that, and I just wanted to kind of mention that. And then we kind of get to. I love the word cliche lately. I don't know why. It just seems like a lot of movies are that word. And this movie kind of goes there because there's a part of this movie where Reese makes her boyfriend, we'll just call him that, she invites him to a dinner party. And he is a 27-year-old who is trying to make it in the movie world, and he has drinks with a potential like person to support his career. And I just think it was very cliche of this movie to have them argue about it afterwards that, oh, I invited you and I need somebody in my life that will make time for me. And, he has to explain because he's a guy that, drinks go long and career meetings take long. And, when you have to make that decision, you have to make the decision. And I just think in this world, girls are wondering why they're not the focal point of our entire life, and us guys sometimes have to make the better decision about making our life happen. Just because, especially at the end of this movie, they make the decision to leave a meeting with a guy who's being a jerk. That's fine. That's understandable. But it's like this movie is trying to tell guys, hey, you need to put family before your job, and that's fine, but you need to be realistic about it. The first meeting in this movie for the boyfriend was really promising. He really needed that. He really had no money. He really had nowhere to go. He had nobody to support him, and he's trying to make this work in his life. Us guys really do have reasons for doing the things we do. And I think this movie kind of tried to have the girl side of it, of guys are jerks and guys never make time for us. And I don't know. I just kind of felt like it was a little bit biased on that side. So, yeah, the ending was quite silly. I wrote down silly. It's a funny movie. This is a funny movie, but you're going to resort to the worst ending you can think of. Don't just bring us there and then leave us on the side of the road. They literally have this guy meet this girl that the 11-year-old girl has been talking about to each other, but we don't find out if they end up together. And Reese and her character have pretty much, told each other how they feel about each other, and Reese says she wants a divorce, but we don't find out if Reese gets back with the guy. There's a line about her deserving better, but what does that mean? Obviously, he fulfills a need in her life when we see her at a dinner by herself and she feels alone. So just tell us that they get back together or something. I don't know. Do something. I guess the lesson of this movie is that women need to be okay by themselves. Guys need to do everything they can to make their careers and lives happen. And kids need to grow up having confidence in themselves. I guess that's the main point. But it's very lacking at the end. I just feel like it could have explained a couple more things, and it could have not just left us wondering what this, what that, what that. So that's my only criticism. I left this until last because it's like one of my funnier notes that when I notice this in a movie, it irks me so bad. And I just have to say it, especially when I'm a movie reviewer. But I tell it to family and friends. It's like, darn it, this movie did it again. At the beginning of this movie, we get told that the three guys that are the housemates, that they don't have any money. Right? Right. What happens at the beginning of this movie? They're out drinking, they're out getting drugs, and they're spending money on things they shouldn't be spending money on. They're able to go everywhere, probably taking taxis. They're able to go this place and get that place that takes gas. Oh my gosh, people. Make sense. Realistic sense in your movie. That's my only biggest problem with this movie and movies that do that. If you say somebody doesn't have money, don't show them spending money for most of the movie. This is LA. We all understand how expensive California is. Don't show me spending money if you say you're dirt poor. Okay, that's my rant. My name's Danny. I'll give Home Again a B, and it's very enjoyable. Just has some major flaws and some minor flaws. Otherwise than that, if you just want to appreciate it for a good laugh and a good chick flick movie to watch and feel good about yourself, it's fine for that. It fulfills that need. So, I'm Danny. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this or any of my other videos, hit like and subscribe, and enjoy your movies. Thank you.